And here we are. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for our weekly Q&A. And we are going to talk about some stuff. We're talking about digital and analog technology and the development of those businesses. I have a fairly, thought out perspective on this because I have an analog business, and so trying to figure out what to do with that. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We do have some questions that came in from Patreon, so we'll get to those. We'll have an off-topic hour at 9 o'clock. And if you have any questions that you want to put in the chat right over here, you are welcome to do so. You may notice that we are not in our normal place because we are on the road this week, and so we are in a hotel room. So that's why it sounds a little different, looks a little different, but that's the deal. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us anyway, because we don't have our normal setup, so this is just our travel setup. All of these live streams are ad-free, so if you want to support the channel, you can do a couple things. You can obviously just watch and subscribe and like. That helps other people find out about this guitar stuff, which is pretty cool. And then the other thing you can do is what Dave just did, and you can use a super chat to ask a question or say hello or whatever.
So wait, do we have sound effects?
Yeah, we do. We can use the that one right
third
there.
One?
Is it the DJ horn? See it?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of clicking. It says it's really loud.
Yeah, we'll turn it down.
I'm going to turn that down a little. Super chat from Dastardly Dave. Thanks, Dave, for the super chat. He said ad-free is cool.
Excellent. And you can go to Dylan Talks Tone and you can buy pickups and guitar parts and stuff like that to support the channel. We just released our Widowmaker Telecaster pickups, 1/4-inch magnets, really super fun. Super fun. We've been selling a bunch of them. And our newly re-released and re-engineered humbucker P90s.
Did you know people get scores?
I did.
I did not know that.
It just started happening. I don't know why that is.
So can y'all see who the fans are? So
Yeah.
I see number 1 is Dastardly Dave.
But it changes.
Number 2 is Charles Wallace. And number 3 is Vinny's World.
So it changes. So whoever comments the most tonight,
wild.
Apparently like during,
Ah.
if that makes sense,
Okay.
on the fly.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Kind of fun.
now you can't hear the sound. So super chat from Charles Wallace. Thank you for the super chat, Charles. It says ad free.
Yep.
Sweet.
Now, I wanted to.
Whoops. I don't know what I just did. I just swiped too many times. Where am I supposed to be?
Click the right here.
Whoops. Sorry, y'all. You disappeared on me.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what we're doing tonight. That's what we got. And I got my phone pulled up here because I want to make sure, see if we can do some stuff. So, let's get into it, shall we? One more thing. I started a second channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Dylan Talks Tone 2, like with the number 2. Figured that'd be easy enough. Second channel. I'm putting some stuff over there that is stuff that just doesn't belong on this channel really. But it's stuff that I still have, that's on my mind. Things I've been thinking about, stuff I've been working on. There's a couple videos over there now. I just kind of am repurposing an old channel that I used to have. So there's some other stuff from the past on it. But one of the things we're going to do is we're going to go over a couple of our videos. If we get a bunch of video comments, we're going to go over all those comments a week later. And to just, for the folks that want to be heard, we're going to let them be heard out. I think it's important. So instead of looking at comment sections like a really super negative thing, Like let's hear what everybody has to say and talk about it. But I don't think that kind of fits on this channel, so I thought, well, let's do it over there. And then of course there's going to be some other random things that around the shop, this and that might not fit here. So it'll be over there, so you can check it out. I'm not saying, oh, everybody go subscribe. I want to make it into a bajillion, whatever. But if you're interested, if you're a fan of what we do, if you dig what we do, I think you'll appreciate what's going on. So, yeah, cool.
Super chat from Tazzy Tim.
Excellent.
Thanks for the super chat, Tim. He says, I am sure one day we will, I'm going to insert C here, we will see tube amps on Antique Roadshow, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's probably true. You're probably right. I would say, I bet you already do in some form or fashion. I would imagine that you already do. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to start a poll. I want to start a poll. I don't think I can do it on here. I think I have to do it on my computer. So,
aren't we on a computer?
Yeah, we'll do it as we go. Let's get into our Patreon questions, and then maybe while we're answering one, we can start a poll. Because I have a question I want to ask you guys.
Rob, hello, Leslie and Dylan. I learned recently that there is such thing as 50s wiring for a Strat. Can it be used when the second tone pot controls one bridge pickup? Thank you.
I don't think so. Well, actually, yes. So however your tone pot is set up. So if you have it going from, eyelet 2 to ground, that's modern. Or if you have it going from 1 and then crossing over to 2 of the other one, that's vintage style, 50 style. Either way, you're using no, because it's the same tone cap for both of them. What you would have to do is you would have to set up each. You'd have to use 2 caps, and you'd have to set up each knob separately. Right now, the way a Strat works is you have one, and it functions for both. So it's the same cap for both knobs. You'd have to completely rethink it. And I think what you would do, because I've never thought about this before, I think what you would do is you would put a cap on each pot, set it up 50s wiring to the volume, and sort of like you would a Telecaster, if that makes sense, but times 2. And then hook it up. You'd hook it up to the switch. You'd hook it up to the switch in 2 different places. So I guess you would have to use 2 caps. That would be the only difference. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to think that through for a second. I would still, to actually execute it, I would have to really think about it. Next month on Patreon, at the end of the month on our Patreon hangout, if you're there, Rob, because I know you go to those, we'll try to whiteboard it out together and see if we can figure it out. Remind me, and we'll do it during that.
Gary, hey Dylan and Leslie. Dylan, can you wire a center punch for coil split using a standard 3-way pull type toggle switch instead of a push pull?
So, if it is a on 3-way switch, like a double pull double throw or a single pull single throw on, then you can just use 2 of the sections to do that. If it's a normal like Strat 3-way switch or a Les Paul 3-way switch, it is something that you probably won't be able to do with just that.
Nick.
Oh, this is a really long one.
Okay.
It doesn't fit on there. So I have it right here because, see, it's super long.
Okay.
So I'll read this because I was like, let me just, instead of, like, it doesn't even fit. Hey, Dylan and Leslie, hope you're both well and that the grandbaby is enjoying your new wheels. He has not been in it yet, but did he see it yesterday?
I mean, I was there with it.
You went down there and told them about it. Apologies, this is really long. Feel free to summarize, but I wanted to give you the details for context. I'm looking at a Roan Ward MIN Strat. Ideal a 60s model with a rosewood fretboard. These would have come with a 7 1/4 radius neck and Tex-Mex pickups. Yep. I found a Player Series road worn, which were only made from 2011 to 2013. There's a less extreme relic, but have the nitro finish and the worn-in vibe, and they're actually really cool. Those guitars are cool. They have Texas Special pickups and a more modern 9.5-inch radius. This particular one has locking tuners and a steel trem block. It also has maple board rather than my preferred rosewood. This all sounds like a better fit to me than the more vintage spec of the normal road worn series, but I'm concerned that if I don't get on with it, I could be stuck with a less desirable road worn guitar, as I suspect the reason Fender stopped making them was because they didn't sell as well as the vintage spec models. What are your thoughts on the MIM road worn in general, and whether this modern version could be less desirable? I asked the question on Phil McKnight's podcast asking about a road worn Strat or USA Strat, and his thoughts were road worn series were great, but cautioned me on the 7 1/4 radius. So this particular guitar would avoid that concern. Would you concur? Okay. I say buy whatever guitar you want. Doesn't matter. But based on what you're saying here, I wouldn't be scared of 7 1/4 radius ever. Like, you can set the guitar up; it'll be awesome. Lots of people play them. They're totally fine. That's one of those normal internet tropes. That's like, you can't bend with it, blah blah blah, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can. You totally can. It's totally fine. You'll be able to set it up properly. And if you need help with it, obviously, you can ask me on our next Patreon hangout, because I know you come to those too. And we'll help you set it up. It's not that big a deal. I think what's really neat is the road worn stuff from 2011, 2012, 2013 is super cheap. So it's a great deal. It's a great way to get a great guitar. My only thing is, what I hear of all of that, everything can be modded, but what I hear is, are you going to regret getting a maple fretboard instead of a rosewood fretboard? I wouldn't, because I don't like maple fretboards. But if you want to explore, if you don't have one yet, you want to explore a maple fretboard, then jump on that guitar, because it's probably a great deal. I would say, though, that resale value on them is probably not going to be great. That's probably why you're getting a great deal on it. But it's a great guitar, so it doesn't matter. And with your skill set, chances are that you'll be able to make it whatever you want. You know what I mean? How to make it look however you want and stuff. The newer ones are really, really good. The pickups are better, but pickups, I think, for you don't matter because you have me. So honestly, I would grab it unless you're going to regret having a maple fret. That's what I would say. Don't worry about anything else. That would be for me anyway. That would be my decision-making paradigm right there. Fretboard. Because I don't like maple.
Benny's World said he's a maple fretboard gang.
Yeah, Benny is, yeah.
All right.
What else we got over there?
Charles. Good evening, Leslie and Dylan. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. Thank you both for being yourself in the lives and videos. Been here since about 28,000. That's been a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
bad.
you guys are the same. Still one of the best day trips I have taken. Looking forward to many more videos. P.S. The guitar is still so good.
That's great, man. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, it's neat to have met some of you in person, and even if not in person, had conversations on Zoom or whatever. And people have been watching our stuff for a long time. It's really neat.
I think if I didn't know some of these people for real, it would be hard for me because this isn't a topic for me, or
right
otherwise
on a daily basis outside of discussing business stuff. You're
Yeah.
not just going to chat guitar all the time.
But I've been to like Texas Toast a few times, and I could sit there all week because I like people. So like once you see people and how they like stuff and what they like, so then knowing, like just having those reference points.
And
I
you know
guess.
what's neat about the classes too, and the workshops out there, is when you're watching people learn stuff. No matter their, like you could play guitar for your entire life, like 50, 60 years, and I've watched it. Somebody who, I don't mean to say thinks they know everything like in a cocky sort of way, but they just have a lot of experience. They have a lot of experience playing guitar. They know guitars. Some of these people are like, they could know the fret size on some 65 stuff. They know it off the top of their head. But then Matt could come around and show them, here, hold the tool this way instead of this way. And it's like mind blowing.
Yeah.
And it's so neat to see people like, they're like little kids just like sucking it all in. It's super fun to, there's the difference between like having a beer with somebody and then learning something with somebody is a different level of like getting to know somebody, I guess, is what I'm saying. It's super fun.
And see, I think mine is more from the personal side. Like I go in and I like see choices they're making or things they're doing or what they name them, and I'm like,
yeah, like why did you choose that color? Why
Yeah.
did you name your guitar that? Why
Yeah.
did you? Yeah, and then inevitably they'll talk about their kid or their whatever because it came from that, and you get to know people. Yeah, super neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like secrets though. I had to pull secrets out of some people that didn't want to tell me things.
That's
So
right.
I'm like, now you have to tell me.
Yeah.
all the
That's pretty good.
things. All right. Super chat from John Ohm 16 can't play anybody. Thank you for the super chat. John, he says, happy to be here.
I think he's got a Texas Toast with my stuff coming in.
Oh, that's exciting. Is he going to change his name?
I don't know. Good question.
John owns 17, loves my Texas Toast, Roddy.
You know what? You know what's going to have to happen? Remember when McDonald's was like 89 billion servers, and there's like billions and billions. They just stopped keeping track, and he's gonna have to change his name like that.
He'd be like, John owns X.
Yeah.
To be determined.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And we have Sean. Good morning, Leslie and her handsome other half.
Thank you.
A Shred channel made a video about the most overlooked mistake made by luthiers. He lamented the fact so many builders put the strap buttons in the wrong place. He said the button should go on the very tip of the top horn, but many luthiers try to put it further down, which ruins the balance. Do you agree with this? What mistakes do you think luthiers make the most on non-shred guitars?
Ooh, that's a great question. Luthiers make mistakes. Okay, I think, first of all, I think that the strap pin discussion is very relative because, you know, do you know like a lot of notes like a jazz player and you're way up here? Do you like, you know, and also the individual balance of the design of the guitar matters. So a one size fits all strap location may not be the right thing. I do know that on a lot of interesting designs, like when Texas Toast makes stuff that is kind of non-conventional and sort of more custom to somebody, they will put the end pin strap pin in, but not the neck side strap pin, and they'll give the person some suggestions and ways to test what they think they should do so that they get it right for them when they get it home. Because it's just like anything else. Body type. Do you sit more with a strap? Do you stand more with a strap? There's lots of different reasons that if you're really wanting to get it right and not just buying something off the shelf, putting some time into it, some thought into that is good. So I think leaving it out is a great idea, and then helping the customer put it in the right place. I think that's even, to me, that's even a better idea because I don't think there's a one size fits all. As far as mistakes that I see guitar builders make, I don't know that I see mistakes so much. There are So what I will say is when I see a smaller builder, building a guitar, there are things that I look at. There are things that I look at. The finish around the heel of the neck. The finish around, if it's an acoustic guitar, around the tail of the neck as it comes around the sound hole. In the horns, like all that stuff. Did they take that time? Like that's really a key thing. Sometimes guitar builders will lean one way or the other too far with form over function or function over form. You know, if they're like, I made this crazy interesting design that's super functional, but it looks like a freaking shovel with strings on it and it's stupid. Marketability to me is more important than some fancy, crazy, weirdo design. Is the guitar something that I would actually play if I saw it on the shelf, if I bought it, if I saw it on the shelf? Or would the majority of people buy it? So I think guitar builders sort of will niche into a weird thing way too much and make the guitar not marketable. They're very proud of it because they did it. And they may think that and maybe they have. I mean, I've seen some things where I've been part of conversations with guitar builders, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we patented this," and I'm like, "Why? It's the dumbest thing ever." I mean, I didn't say it out loud, but like that's what I think. I'm like, "Why? You're never going to sell this. I don't know why you spent the money to patent it. It's dumb." So really deep diving into a weird design, I think that's a mistake. And then the other biggest fault that I see with small guitar builders is the neck is homemade. The neck feels like it was made in somebody's basement, probably because it was. When you pick up a good guitar, you don't think about it. It's like you don't notice how good the neck is until you go, "Oh, dang, this neck is really good." Not you pick it up and go, "Oh, it feels weird." So I think neck finishing is another area. I don't mean fretwork and stuff, but I mean just all the contours on a neck, finishing it out, really thinking about it and not overthinking it, just making it a neck so that people will play it. Yeah, there you go. That's what I got.
Cool. That was all of
Okay.
the before.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to see if I can do this. I want to need to turn this down so that it doesn't talk to me. I want to start a poll.
You do know if you just push that button, it cuts it off without you having to push it 50 times.
Oh, you mean like a mute button?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Right. Got it. Mute button. Okay. Here, let's see. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I want to know. Start a poll. Should...
You're not typing.
Oh, trigger.
Okay, that's creepy. I forgot you're like watching and it's behind, and I was like, "Why is your mouth moving?" But you're not saying anything.
Okay, basically, here's what I want to know: should Brianna share live stream duties with Leslie a couple of times a month? Let's say in place of Leslie, a couple of times a month, especially because here, you type it. A couple of times a month especially because Brianna has been helping me in the shop.
Is that the end of the question?
Especially because Brianna's been helping me in the shop.
Oh.
Because it'll give a little different perspective on what we've got going, and I know some of you like having her on here and stuff. So I'm curious to know what you think.
No, you can't fit all that.
Okay. figure out how to. Well, I'll just explain it. We could just do it there.
Okay. You ready?
Start poll.
Yes or no, that's it?
Yep, that's it. Yes, no, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. And then we can just minimize that. We'll let it go for a while, and then we will.
Well, what if I want to watch it?
We'll come back and look. Okay. You good? Yeah, let me know. So let's talk about this whole digital versus analog thing. Being a pickup company, obviously, we have the most analog thing ever. It's just wires wrapped around magnets. There's no digital anything to it. Am I going to be able to make a living in 10 years when everything is so digital that, and AI and stuff, that, is this going to even be a thing? I think so, because it's so integral and so, like, I don't know, intertwined with guitar. So I don't worry about it too much. But what I think about is amp companies. Amp companies are struggling because the cost of parts for amps is getting very expensive, and digital stuff is getting so good. In the end, will that all this non-analog stuff really take over? And I think the answer is yes. It's cheaper to bank. It's cheaper to implement. It's cheaper to upgrade, to redesign, all those kind of things. And the other thing is that as the age of guitar players continues to fall, we're going to see a lot more guitar players that all they know is a time with digital technology. So I think it's pretty interesting, and I just kind of wanted to know what you all thought. I mean, I know we don't want analog stuff to go away. None of us does. We're like all enthusiasts about this stuff. We're super. Somebody said it earlier before the chat started. We're super nerds about guitar stuff. So we want it to be, we want to keep that stuff, and we like the vintage stuff, and so there's no denying that. I get that. But I think there's got to be some sort of realization and acceptance of the fact that these digital products are going to take over. And also, what can we do to support the analog builders of the world? And of course, I'm thinking about me because I want to make a living. But I think about all the pedal builders. I think about all the other pickup builders. There's plenty of people in the world. It's not like, I don't view it as competition. If I tell you, if you say which wide range pickups should I get, I'm going to say I don't make them. You should go get Lawlers. I don't get my feelings all in competition. I think we all complement each other, so I don't really worry about it. I mean, I've talked to those guys from Lawler. They're super cool. And the very first thing the GM at Lawler told me is, yeah, we have your videos going on in the shop. We think it's awesome. So, like I don't have any enemies like that. But I do worry for all these guys. I worry for all these companies that have issues, or have products that are largely these analog things that could be replaced with digital stuff. So I wonder what they will have to do to stay relevant. At what point am I going to have to create something to complement my analog products to stay relevant? I don't know. I don't know when, and I don't know what that is. I've got ideas, but that's going to be a constant. I think for all of us in this business that do what we do, this is going to be a constant thing. And also promoting guitar playing in its simplest form, i.e. analog, at least on the guitar side. I think the amp side it's gone already. But if you guys have followed our channel for a while, you'll know that I'm really focusing on, like, I just want people to play it. I want them to enjoy it. Even if you're not very good, even if you have a $10,000 guitar or a $200 guitar, I don't care. I just want you to have fun. Because I don't want you to stop playing. I want you to play And so I think building up the community to continue to survive despite where the rest of the world is going, and sort of hang on to this analog sport and hobby. Um, the other hobby that we're super, that's the ice maker. The other hobby that we're super into is fountain pens.
Yeah.
Which is such an antiquated technology. But there is a creative thing about it. And there's an entire, geez,
It's my water now.
I guess, there's an entire, you know, subculture around fountain pens. And people are like, this is the dumbest thing ever. You said it was the dumbest thing ever until you really started getting into it. And it's the same thing with guitars. I think that's where it's going to end up being. We're going to have this culture of folks that really, really enjoy it. But I want to continue to grow that. That's where my goal is right now, because I don't necessarily know what the next digital product to help me survive is. I think it's just going to be helping to continue to grow the community. I don't know what that is. And so I was just going to bring it up tonight as a matter of conversation. And even if we don't solve all the world's problems during the live stream tonight, which I know we won't, to give you all reason to think about how you can support the companies that you love, whether it's me or anybody else. I don't care who, to keep them all going, you know. And I think it's really cool. And I'm not even looking at. We're really busy right now. I'm not even looking at like right now. I'm thinking 5 years, 10 years out in the future. Where are we going to be? You know, because I want to keep going. Like I don't want to stop. In fact, Brianna and I were just talking about this the other night. Like, she's like, "Well, what is your plan when you get too old? Who's going to run your company?" Like, I don't know. We got to figure that out. Like that's so. And I think those are things that um, the digital versus analog thing really weighs in on. I think it's and not even necessarily like AI and stuff. I think no matter what that goes on with that, I think we will all have a need for a physical artistic tool for our hobby of some sort, for our creative release of something, right? Like, um, you color on your iPad a lot, but you still also use a fountain pen because you need that sort of real tactile creative feeling. Brianna does the same thing, and it's the same thing with the guitar thing. I still, I have loved my acoustic guitars. Still, I have very traditional acoustic guitars because that's what I do for fun. And then at work, I'll play through a Kemper or I'll play through whatever. I'll use the modern stuff. So I don't know. It's very interesting. Let's see what thoughts are piling up over there about it.
Sure. um, some of this came in. I'm just going to go in order.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like there's been some random things, and there was comments before you started the live stream.
Okay.
So Kebzilla said, "Nope. This community is all nerds all the time. Some of them will always want the old school way."
I agree, and I hope so.
All right, that's actually a question. That was somebody's answer. Not related question. Oh, this made me laugh. Mute that bozo said, "I remember when a Big Mac was 35 cents. I suppose that dates me a bit."
Maybe.
Benny's World said, "Maximum Steve necks and TTG necks definitely surprise everyone that I've shown them to."
Aren't they great? I'm going to tell you something right now. About 6 or 7 years ago, 6 years ago, I was in Florida at my buddy Doug's house. He's like, "Let me show you this guitar I just got from this company called Texas Toast Guitars." I didn't even know who they were.
Is that who introduced you?
It is. Well, I'll tell you, there's two people.
Okay.
Remember the guy that put the windows in our house when we built our house?
Yeah.
And the earthquake came and we had to get the window replaced? Yeah. He's the one that said, "You should check out their YouTube channel."
He harassed you for a little while.
He did. He said you should check out their YouTube channel because they do these.
Yeah.
And he inspired me to do Patreon.
Name?
I cannot remember. Mike.
I was thinking it was Mike.
Mike Ivy. Anyway, he's the one that pressured me into look at what they're doing with how they're teaching online, and maybe you should do something like that. And he's the one that inspired me to start a Patreon. He's the one that inspired me to start the Skillshare stuff back in the day. And then a few months later, or maybe six months later, or a year later, I went to I met Doug. I didn't know Doug, so it had to be a couple years later. And I went to Florida, and he handed me the guitar, and he's like, "You need to play this." And I was like, "This is a small builder, and this neck."
Did you just say I met Doug? I didn't know Doug.
I didn't know Doug when I knew Mike. I met Doug years later.
But you didn't meet him when we went to his house in Florida.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
It sounded weird.
But anyway,
like,
I went to his house in Florida, and he showed me one of those guitars years later, years after that. And he's like, "You need to play this thing. And how does this neck feel?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's amazing. It is amazing." And then I was in.
Yeah.
Then I made contact with those guys, and I was like, "Let's do some stuff." I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Actually. That's cool. Okay.
But that doesn't happen very often.
See what people are saying.
Sometimes people, it's like, this is cool, and I just hand it back to them.
Butch Landry said digital because it will be all that's available.
At some point, I feel that you may be right, except for maybe in collector circles. I hope that's not true, but I think it is.
Shark Air said my harmonicas are analog.
That's rad.
Fox Guitars Rock said, I'm still worried that any new guitar I buy might have the wrong tonewood case.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Zundfold digital allows manufacturers to force people into subscription models like most software is today. This will likely keep analog alive because people like to own stuff.
How do you feel about that? From your perspective, because of what you do for a living, what do you think? And you know some of the subscriptions, so you have like your...
Yeah, but a lot of that, if that's the model, there won't be analog because you can't buy software like that anymore.
No.
You can't buy the software. We don't have this. I mean, you have to be on a subscription. There's no perpetual ownership anymore. And that's just, I think that's it is different from a software space.
Music,
I guess,
too.
You think it's advancing so quickly. So like software is, it's so fast, right? So it makes sense to be on a subscription so you can always have the latest, right? There's always updates. I mean, if music and that technology is moving that fast, I mean, I guess it is from like an amp perspective.
I mean, it's pretty rad because when Kemper says, "Hey, we got 5 new features," and all I have to do is hit a button, download it, and it's there, and now I have 17 more reverbs or whatever. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I actually like the opposite. But that's still a physical product. I mean, you think about stuff that just lives in a computer, which they do have amps like that.
Yeah,
and it's
so like
automatically all the time.
Like the software that the Positive Good stuff is based on. Yeah.
It's always ready. Like you get automatic updates when you log in. Like it's just.
But that doesn't kill the guitar side.
True.
Because you still need that interface.
Right. Well, I still have to have a computer to have software.
True. Yeah, we still have this. This is a physical piece.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it's the same though, because it's not a. I don't know.
I just want to know what your thought was about the whole software taking over with the whole
I just know.
model
the software we purchase.
Yep.
The company I work for, you cannot buy perpetual own the software anymore.
You can't buy music like that anymore either. You cannot buy a CD.
Yes,
you can, but the model really is not
correct
to buy a physical CD.
Well, not even to buy it digitally. Like, why would you? Why am I going to buy?
You're buying the rights to use the material.
Yeah.
You're not actually buying it to own it. So when you say I bought this record on Spotify or iTunes, you're not actually buying it.
But you don't do that anymore anyway. You just listen to stuff. You don't have to.
No, some people still do. Chuck does.
Buys
He
music.
buys music and has it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which I don't really know why. He just was mentioning.
I wonder if it's because they don't want to feel like they're stuck in a subscription.
Maybe.
But I mean, I enjoy that because
it's
I'm never gonna not want to listen to music,
and it's exploratory. Because again, your new stuff is always available.
True.
But there is something to be said for back in the day when you had a piece of software, you got the CD, you put it on the drive, you put it in the computer, and then you could like take it out and shoot at it afterwards.
Yeah. So that was the joke. Okay, so yes, software company. We had a perpetual version you could own. But we didn't send you anything. It wasn't like a CD. It was you still downloaded it.
Right.
But on our website, it used to have, it looked like the boxes of software, like when you would buy
it's the same
Windows, blah, blah. So anyway, it looked like a box of software. And we had to change that. Because people were really mad. They were getting like, why didn't you mail me my software? And we were like, what?
Yep.
You should mail this to me. Like
because they used to. They used to come in a huge cart. Like, it would be a CD.
I mean, I remember having to buy my tax stuff. I had to buy a CD so I could do my taxes electronically.
Yes.
What?
Yep. Yeah. No, and I understand. Okay, so that's interesting that the subscription thing does make sense. People don't like it because they don't want to pay for stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, if I go and buy a Princeton right now, a tube one, it's $1,700. Mm-hmm. If I buy a piece of software for $100, that's a heck of a lot of downloadable content that I could buy over the next 10 years. Or however long.
I mean, like Dastardly Dave has a point. Was it him? Wait. Oh, yeah. When you have to have a subscription to use something, you don't own it.
Right.
So there are some things that you can, like you just stop getting updates. But most software, I think it just ceases to exist. I mean, if I stopped paying Apple for Apple Music, they're going to be like, you can't listen.
Well, so I asked Sonny about the navigation in our new car.
Yeah.
We have it until January.
Okay.
Automatically updating with Google, whatever. But then after that, it's literally just a line drawing that moves around. And it doesn't update anymore after that unless you pay the monthly. So,
which is fine. Just take it off my view.
Right. So I think too. Anyway.
I mean, I'm not using it now.
Same.
Anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything's kind of like that now.
Yeah.
Just sort
of, no, it's true.
Anyway, keep going through the comments. We got on a tangent on that. But I think that's an important one that people think about, though, is this whole subscription thing.
Yeah. All right. I'm just grabbing some stuff. All right, let's go back over here. I feel like I've skipped a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna actually go back to the top this time, and there might be some questions because it's almost quarter till.
Let's rock and roll.
T-Bone says, "Hey Dylan and Leslie, Dylan, what is your opinion of the Delta King 10 amplifier?"
I don't have an opinion of it because I have not personally played it. Dylan?
Road Song. Are there any modern mill spec pots? Who makes them?
Mill spec's dumb. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. The best pots you're going to get is the stuff that we sell on the website that is 10% or less. CTS and Borns.
Dog Doctor Tim Cannoncocker says, but we still need Leslie on a regular basis. We like Leslie.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're thinking about maybe having her sit in once a month. Or
Benny's World said if she wants to, that'd be cool. But I think there's something special about the Dylan/Leslie combination.
Thank you.
Tazzy Tim said, hard to answer that survey. Would depend if Leslie wants to have a break.
Sometimes she does.
Yes. Stu Crombie said, yeah, hard to answer. So I said no.
Love it.
Stu Crombie also said, I remember there used to be pen stores in the 90s, usually people buying them for gifts. They still exist.
Oh, yeah.
Probably not as many.
Mm-hmm.
But they still exist.
Yep.
I already said that one. John on 16 can't play any rod. He said, is there an option to have all three and the dog too?
We could at some point, yes.
Vinny's World said, I think at the end of the day, we as a species will still have the urge to draw with a stick on the beach, sketch on a steamed up window, hum and do tactile things. Music instruments will stay.
We are made to do it. I 100% agree.
Dave Arnold said, I think that the digital technoface pre-planned obsolescence and will have to be replaced and updated every few years.
So the pre-planned obsolescence thing is interesting, but I don't know that it's as much of a thing in the guitar space anymore or ever because of the software side. A piece of hardware can go for years and years and years and years because it's not actually a very big brain. A Shark processor in a modeler is not that fancy in overall computer land. So it can do a lot. So if you have an HX Stomp from 5 or 8 years ago, 10 years ago, or whenever they first came out, it still works great and it still updates and they still support it and all that kind of stuff. Yes, it's not 50 years like a tube amp, but nothing is 50 years like a tube amp.
Vinny's World said Steam made it clear that you don't own games.
Yep.
Vox Guitars Rock said it's like video games. Used to be able to take your game in disc to your buddy's house. Now, nope.
Now you just play it online and don't even have to go to your buddy's house.
Yeah, but they get you because a lot of times you both have to own the game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
dude, back in the day, we used to put my big screen projection TV in the back of my truck, take it to my friend's house. We'd set 2 of them up back to back like this. We'd get 8 guys, 2 Xboxes, and land them together, and we would have these big Halo tournaments with multiple TVs in the same house. You could do it online, but it was just way more fun to do it in person. We used to do that stuff. It was great. Super fun.
IBG says cars have subscriptions for things that are physically built in but disabled if you don't subscribe.
Yep. Tesla does that.
All cars do that.
Yeah, I guess
Sunfold says BMW made heated seats into a subscription service.
Yep, that's why we don't own a BMW.
Oh my gosh, I would be mad.
Yes.
Also, I would pay
it. That's why we don't own one. I won't go down that road yet. Until I have to.
I don't want to. Super chat from Tazzy Tim. Thank you for the super chat, Tim. He said, Dylan, did you get a chance to see the design plan?
Just a few minutes before we went live. Yes, I did. And they are awesome. And thank you for this.
Also, I shared that
project
idea. I didn't even know a lot about it until tonight. But I shared the thought that you were like, I want to do this with
the person that is
my daughter-in-law.
Uh-huh.
And she was so excited that she called our son immediately and she put him on speakerphone. She was like, tell him what you just told me.
Yeah, they're very excited about
yes.
it. Even though it's going to take some time to come to fruition and obviously to be put to use. They are very, very excited.
Yeah, it was.
And the thought of it is and just the simple, for those of you that don't know, we had somebody offer to build our grandson his first guitar, a custom guitar. And I've got a couple of guitars that some of you have built for me, and I don't know, there's nothing like that. It's pretty neat. So I appreciate it.
Just the thoughtfulness.
Yes.
Too.
It's mind blowing that you guys are even here every week, and then that some of you reach out and want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and care about
yeah.
people in our family that they don't even know.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
It's pretty neat.
Anyway.
It's really neat. It's really.
I'm going to try not to care that much. Okay.
Are you getting all verklempt?
I have no idea what that word means.
Somebody.
Stu Crombie said, I like these days if your music software on your computer and it's stolen, you don't lose it, and it's all digital downloads with accounts.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah. I mean, to that point, so like it's time. I'm getting a new work computer. But it is, I mean, we just got phones recently. Like, it is so nice to just be able to, like, yes.
Oh.
Here's my new thing. Work.
And now it's like you boop it and it just like,
or even the sharing password. Like if I was logged into something right now and you weren't, and I could be like, here's the password. Yeah.
Man.
I don't know, but there is some conveniences.
Computers take. Now that being said,
okay,
I just went back and watched the original Terminator the other day.
Oh my gosh.
And the war of Terminator, like when you watch the original Terminator and he goes back in time, the year that he goes back in time from, where civilization is about to be gone, is 4 years from now. So I don't know what that means.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. According to the original Terminator, civilization is going to be completely wrecked in 4 years.
All right, 9 minutes. Dastardly Dave said Peloton. It's a brick without a subscription. Yep.
That's why I don't own one of those.
Shark Air is sharing a fact. I'm going to read it because I don't know if you know who this is. Extreme athlete Felix Baumgartner, the first skydiver to fall faster than the speed of sound during a 24-mile leap through the stratosphere more than a decade ago, died in a crash Thursday.
What?
Wow. Wait, like today?
I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead, keep going. Since we're
Big G Customs. Hi guys, I would love to try analog amps, but I live in a townhouse, not by choice. I use a positive grid amp on headphones. Do you think analog equipment sales are affected due to noise regulations?
100%. Because performance venues are also now putting limits on that too. So yes, absolutely, I do. I know 100%. So it affects you. It affects me. The reason I don't own a stack of Marshalls is because I could never practically use them.
Yeah,
that is the only reason. I can afford it. You know, I have no reason to not buy one. But the only reason I don't is because I would never use it. In fact, the one amp that I do have with a speaker is turned down to the quietest thing. I used it for a video the other day, and I'm like, I guess I have to go back to headphones because it's still too loud. Anyway, go ahead.
Vinny's World said, I still buy physical games when I can, but now it's slowly becoming a piece of paper in a box.
Paragliding accident.
Today? Or last week? He just said Thursday, so I didn't know. Mr. Goat wants to know, what's your favorite EQ pedal?
I don't know. I don't use one.
F. Stathio says, even though, as a software engineer, I think I should like the digital kind of things. When it comes to guitar and bass, I tend to lean analog. I like both the sound and the way it works better. That's fair.
And I think when you're trying to be creative and have your hobby for fun, unless you like doing computery things for fun. I don't like doing computery things for fun. I want to do analog things for fun.
Vinny's World said, I think it's less of pre-planned, but over-promising and under-delivery. Quad cortex.
Yeah. Well, and that's true too.
FU. How do I know which way to turn my truss rod? Do different companies not follow the rule of thumb, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey?
Nope, they're all the same. So, but dual action versus single action is a thing. But basically what you want to do is if you want the center of the neck to come up, you tighten it. If you want the center of the neck to go down, you loosen it. That's it.
Fox Guitars Rock said, LOL. When I was a kid, only game out was Pong and internet wasn't a thing.
I remember those days.
Dastardly Dave said, I still have my Pong.
Can you look behind there? Oh, okay. We are.
What?
Nothing. That's okay.
You want to talk about the poll really quick?
Nope. Yeah. Let's look at the poll really quick because we're getting close to the end.
Yep. Should Bree share live stream duties in place of Leslie a couple of times a month? 29 votes, 76% say yes, and 24% say no.
Okay.
I mean, that equals out to about once a month then.
Yeah, about once a month. Okay.
Oh. Or should she do three, and I only do one?
No.
Can I end the poll?
Yes.
Or you want to keep going?
You can end it.
Can I?
Yeah. You should be able to just click it.
Nope.
Well,
just kidding. Oh, is it frozen or something? Anyway. All right.
No, it's not frozen because I'm moving out of sync with myself.
Well, why it's doing that then? Why can't I?
It can go. Yeah.
Definitely won't let me cut it off.
Okay.
Apparently people are still wanting to vote. Matthew Altamere, getting to the party late tonight. I'm lusting for an analog Marshall half stack setup because I think it's cool and impractical. And I really want to piss off my neighbor for good reasons.
You know, and I think I have said this for a long time, that I think everyone should own all that stuff. Maybe not for a practical reason. Maybe it's if you're in a position to. I mean, obviously, if you're not in a position to, that's different. But if you are, you know, it's like having a car that you drive on Saturdays or to Cars and Coffee. You know, you don't drive it all the time, but it's neat because it's neat. Might not be the most practical thing anymore, but it's still cool to have it.
Jay Valente said, hey, Dylan, my Pearson Hyper B just made it to the States. Hopefully will be in my hands soon.
Excellent.
What is that?
The aluminum guitar with the...
Yeah, Dastardly Dave said he had the Radio Shack Pong.
Yep.
Marcia Murray said a Brie and Bandit show. LOL.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, how awesome is that people like know their names? Wait, why is your name there? I didn't say anything.
I don't know.
That's weird. Bob, the blind bedroom guitarist. As a blind person, I wish they would include a talkback sort of accessibility setup on digital amplifiers and products because otherwise they're useless to me. Yeah, Bob, that is so true. And I will say,
she's an accessibility person by trade. That's what she does.
That is the most frustrating to me. Like as things get more digital and everybody thinks everything should be touch with no tactile, like it is quite disturbing. Like it's like getting more as technology advances, it's more and more inaccessible because of all the fancy things they're trying to do and look at. I don't know.
Yeah. Non-tactile buttons in a car is weird.
Yeah, for anybody.
For anybody.
Yeah, why would you
create something that you would have to look at to function?
To drive.
I know.
And even, you have to use those. Cars are so advanced now, you almost have to you have to look at it. You can't avoid it. Yeah. Because there are
in our other car
features.
In our other car, if with some muscle memory, you could like click, click, click.
Yes.
And come back and never even look.
Yes.
Now you have this touchscreen. If you don't get it in the right spot, you do the wrong thing.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. Talk back. Yeah, that's
talk back. That makes sense. Like if you had a Helix and when you clicked it, it said what it did, that would make sense.
Yeah. Why can't it?
Why couldn't it? Yeah. Probably because they don't have a person like you at their company.
Which means they're going to be in trouble. Just saying.
Yeah.
They sell a product. I bet they sell it in Europe. They're going to be in trouble.
Yep.
Just my opinion. Let's see. Okay, we're getting close to off topic. All right, last thing. Play for guitar related.
Okay.
Play Gibson says, Dylan and Leslie, I am late to the party, but I wanted to say thanks again for making awesome pickups. My Youngblood SG P90 screams.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. All right, so it's after 9 now.
All right, so
Yeah, Dashlily Dave said touchscreen takes your eyes off the road longer. Yeah, and what are those statistics? Like, it only takes how many seconds to like miss what, and you have to have so much reaction time to break it. Like, all those things are real. Like, it's wild. That's probably why you have to have all the safety stuff to auto brake, because you gotta look at the friggin' screen and you're not looking at the road.
I actually never thought about that.
And your car's like, oh, better stop for you. So
I'm trying to look up something really quick about this Line 6 deal. Yeah, so it appears that it sucks. It appears that there are lots of. I just looked up how, because if you just look up accessibility features, it didn't say anything. So I had to put the word handicap in front of it just to make it do it, which is also sucks. Which means that they don't have the terminology on their website for that to be found. So, but it basically says, yeah, it sucks. The software doesn't screen read properly, the blah, blah, blah. So all this stuff needs to be updated accessibility wise.
So even when they're just digital on the computer, they're not, the built-in stuff doesn't read them either. Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, very disappointing.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, which means it's off topic hour.
Yep, already put the banner up.
Excellent. You can ask any question you want as long as it does not have to do with guitars. If it is a guitar question after 9 o'clock, you have to put it in a super chat. Otherwise, we will not answer it until, you have to come back next week.
Well, it did end the poll somehow.
Okay, good. Excellent. Maybe it was just slow to do it. So, yeah, ask away. Ask away all the questions.
We didn't have any come in first.
Yeah, we didn't have any off topic.
Hogman Hawk says, wife works from home. She wants to know if you have a favorite chair or a chair that lasts and is worth prices they go for now.
Yeah, yours is awesome.
What is it? X chair?
The X chair, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth? Do you like it? After using it, do you have any like, I don't like this?
I don't think about it.
Which means it's okay.
So it's good. Yeah.
You probably don't use the vibration and the heat and all that stuff as much as.
Not as much as you think you would. No.
Yeah.
It's also in a weird place. Like, it would be nice if you could move it.
Yep.
But it's very low.
Super low.
Back, like hip almost. And I'm cold all the time, so it.
What do you not like about it?
I don't know that it's anything to do with the chair. I think it's more my own ergonomic choices or lack of being ergonomic. I really feel like I need like an ADHD chair where I can like put my legs in different places and just sit different ways, because I catch myself sitting like cross-legged in the chair all the time, which is nice because you can move the arms out of the way and you can just sit however you want. But I just know that's like not the best for my body. It's a really good chair for gaming though, because then I don't lock it in place and it like rocks back, and that's like the perfect position. But it's not good for like typing.
Yeah.
So, if I could sit with like a controller and like look at a TV, like that's cool, but not good for.
Yeah, the X. So it's called the X chair, and hers is.
I've had it a few years now.
Well, no, you've had it since we've been in this house, so.
Not true. Is it?
Yeah.
No, I had it at the other house.
Did you?
I did.
You did. You did. So yeah, I guess so. It has been a few years. and it's holding up great. The cushion.
Oh yeah, you can't tell.
You can't even tell that she's ever sat in it.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is good. It is good quality.
Yeah, and
I will say I love the wheels. It has like skateboard wheels, and I'm on carpet. And you tried to get me like a mat, thinking I needed to roll on the carpet, and the mat was horrible. With that chair, it rolls great on carpet,
but it doesn't tear the carpet up.
Nope.
It doesn't put dents in the carpet. It's really, really nice. It's not inexpensive, but it's not.
But I think he realizes how much chairs cost.
Yeah, chairs are expensive.
He just said a chair that lasts and worth the price they go for now.
Yeah, I want to say, because so she has the X chair. It's the good one. There's a cheaper one, but it's not the leather one, but it's also not the cheap mesh one. There's one in between. It's like
it is mesh.
Yeah, but it's okay. There was like a more economy one.
Oh.
This one has all the stuff. I want to say.
Yeah, but you don't have to get the massage and heat.
I want to say it was $1,200.
Unless it's included. Mine was included. Is why we did it.
Yeah, I want to say it was like $1,200, and then it was on some kind of sale. I think I got like $300 off it or something.
And
all those free upgrade things. It was a lot, but I don't know.
I sit in it a lot of hours.
Yeah, you're in it 50 hours a week.
Yeah, easily.
And it looks brand new still.
Yeah. And I'm not easy on things. Because I sit all kind of ways and put my feet on everything. And anyway, so.
And we bought it straight from the website.
We don't get anything for that, but you asked an honest question. I hope that helps.
Wait. X chair sold on Amazon?
Is it? Wait, you gotta use that link then.
No, this is some kind of generic thing. Okay, never mind.
All right.
Yeah, these are all generic. X chair rules.
Charles Wallace, off topic, new pen, Monteverde and Nova Formula M blue fountain pen. It's very good, cool.
So you have the rainbow one, and I have the brown one.
Is that what it is? The Formula. Mine's the Lightning.
Yeah,
mine's some kind of limited edition.
Yep, and I have the brown one, and if he has the blue one, that's the blue one is the one I bought for my friend Jeremy. Yes, I gave him one. That is a great pen. You're right. It's a very good pen. It writes really well.
And then he said, I'm looking to get a Leonardo Momento Zero Grand 2.0.
Oh my God, that's rad. I don't have a 2.0. I have a Momento Zero, actually. It's right here. I have the, this one. This is the new Momento Zero Illumina. They've never made them out of aluminum before. And I just got this. So you can get this at Gold Spot. We have a link for them in the description. Stilo and Stile out of Italy just released a Micarta Momento Zero Grande for like $230, which is really, really reasonable for that pen, because those pens are way more expensive than that normally. And it's made out of Micarta, but I think they only made like 75 of them, and that was like the other day. I was gonna buy it, and I'm like, I'm not buying stuff right now. Not buying stuff right now.
Let's see. Charles Wallace also said, new job is amazing. Life is good again.
Good.
That's awesome.
I'm glad.
Very helpful. IbG says, question for post 9 p.m. Ever watch your early old vids? You guys are aging in reverse. You look years younger.
Wow. Thanks, man.
Really?
I mean, we've lost weight and gotten some.
Make you look younger.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel grayer.
You have gotten
literally.
Grayer. You got purple in there now, though. That's pretty cool.
Not really. It's
kind of coming out.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That is very.
Yeah, that's nice. Really cool. Thanks for saying something.
So. Tazzy Tim said, off topic, what's the dram tonight?
It is tell you a funny story. So we have the van with us, and as I'm getting ready to get the van ready to go, I'm like, okay, where's the AeroPress, where's the whatever, making sure the hot water pot is in there for making coffee, the morning, all this stuff. I go in there and I'm like, there's a full bottle of Blanton's in the van. I didn't even know it was in here. I think when I was in Nashville for the guitar show earlier this year, I bought a bottle of Blanton's and I put it in there. Actually, I bought it from.
You took it.
I took it from the house. We had like
Yeah.
3 bottles at the house. I took one and I left it in there, and so I got a brand new bottle of. Well, it's not brand new. There's been a couple drinks out of it, but forgot I had it. There you go.
So you're drinking fancy unexpectedly.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Let's see. Bob, the blind bedroom guitarist, said that's a one-time avid motorcycle motorhead, right? Is there any way to convert a digital motorcycle to, and then it stopped. Let me see if I missed something. No. I don't know what we're converting a digital motorcycle to something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, Bob. The rest of your message didn't make it through. F you. Off topic, Dylan. What's your favorite 80s rock song that makes you want to break out your guitar? Great question. I feel like other people should answer that question too. That's fun.
Skid Row 18 to Life.
Really?
I love that song.
It's kind of ballady, isn't it? Especially for Skid Row.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But the guitar part, the intro guitar part is phenomenal. One of my favorite guitar songs of all time. And it's really wild guitar tone because I think it's done on an ovation with weird compression. Is Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians, What I Am. That guitar tone with the envelope filter and the compressor is so cool. So that makes me think guitar. And then the other one would be Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms, the actual title track, the last song on that record, is to me just guitar tone from the 80s. That makes me like, I'm going to play. And then anything acoustic. Anything acoustic. So wouldn't be from the 80s, it would be from the 90s, but like early Ben Harper stuff makes me want to play. Yeah.
Dog Dr. Tim Cannon Cocker says, I'm there with you, Charles. My new job is a real step up. More money, more respect, no micromanagement. I'm so happy I bought a new motorcycle, BMW K1600 GT.
He sent pictures. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you showed me a picture.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's awesome.
Yeah, I get a lot of things out of context. And it was just like, I've never seen Dog Dr. Tim.
Right.
And you were just like, Tim got a new motorcycle. And I'm like, oops.
Yeah. I was like, you know.
You know. F. Stathia says, I hate to admit it, but Sweet Child of Mine comes to mind.
Don't hate to admit nothing.
That's like a very, I think that's very recognizable by a lot of people, even if they're not fans or guitar players. Like, I mean, that was my ringtone forever.
It was. Appetite for Destruction is one of the best records ever made, period.
It doesn't even have my favorite song on it, and I agree.
That's because that's Use Your Illusion, right?
Yep. One.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole time period had a lot of really good stuff, obviously.
Cool. Well, we're all caught up.
Cool.
Did you have any other off-topic-y things?
Not really.
Coming.
I guess I'll give you the quick update on because people were asking me about the air conditioning car situation. So, our Audi S5 had air conditioning failure. Well, they fixed it. And
I got a message from the service department today to ask me how our service was.
Oh, okay. Well, they fixed it. It took 2 weeks, and they fixed it. they give us the loaner car to drive. And when I went in to pick it up, before I went to the service department, I went to my buddy who's the GM at the dealership. And he's like, don't go over there yet. Give me a second. And so he ran a bunch of numbers on something. And he come back and he's like, if I know your wife wants an SUV. Here's what I can do. So he basically he rolled us right into. We didn't even. I mean, the payment's the same. Like everything's the same. So, no, the equity was right. Like everything was right because not only did he give me a great deal on a Q7, which is this car is unbelievably cool. He also gave us. I saw it in the paperwork today. He gave us the deal on that, which was like 11 grand off. He got me another $5,100 from Audi because of the customer service stuff with the AC. And then they comped us Audi Care, which is $2,200. So I have to say that, I mean, because we've been with Volkswagen AG since way before Dieselgate, and even through Dieselgate, I think we made $10,000 on that deal. They really took care of us. So I have to say that I'm very impressed with. I mean, I really think he got me like $15,000 or $16,000 off of his car, and so I'm very, very, very happy with Audi as a whole, the dealership and everything, and even the service manager, who I didn't really get along with that well before. This car made us talk a lot more about a lot of stuff and work through some stuff and like troubleshoot together and stuff. I mean, he even went out with it on a test drive with me, and now I really like him. Like I really respect him, and he's really good at what he does. So I don't know. It was okay. So yeah, it was a little bit of a pain. Like people might get really upset when their car gets broke and they have to deal with all this kind of stuff. But overall, I was very impressed with the whole thing. I'm very happy. And I would recommend them to anybody.
Me too.
Their customer service. Yeah, and you love the car, so yeah, it's the full on like grandmother rocket ship because it's so fast and cool, but we can haul babies
We
around.
can take the whole family.
We can take the whole family now because it's 3 rows. So yeah, super neat.
Yep, that's my grandma car.
Yep.
Never owned a van. Never will own a van.
No. And then what else we do? We put we installed a soft start AC on the AC the air conditioner for the van, so that we can use it while we drive down the road, which is really nice. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, so just working and making lots of pickups. Super busy. Having a deck built. That's the other thing we're having to. So we're having to deal with the dogs trying to eat pieces of deck. But that'll be done soon.
Yep. We started composting.
We did start composting. Well, you started.
I don't know what that means yet, but we started.
Yep. So now we're hippies.
Not really.
No. So there you go. That's it. That's our full update of off-topic stuff.
Yeah, and nobody even had any comments to go with that.
They're like, these people are crazy.
They're like, what? What just happened?
We're talking about composting and a new Audi.
Yeah.
And
who even are you?
Yeah, this makes no sense.
I mean, if we ever start to make sense, something will be wrong.
Yeah, and people will stop watching us anyway because we make too much sense.
Dog Dr. Tim said it's always interesting how adversity can turn into advantage.
Yeah. Your attitude has a lot to do with that, right? Like, I don't know. I was really getting frustrated with that car because I loved it. It was super fast, super fun. And I really, really liked it, but it was too low because my son and daughter-in-law and grandbaby live like a mile down this crazy road. And we didn't think about that when we bought this car. Anyway, and I was like, this is so frustrating because this problem with the AC, every time I take it in, it won't do it. It's this whole thing, and they won't really believe me, and I'm going through this whole deal. And my buddy at the dealership, he's like, look, just he's like, here's what we're going to do. Drop it off. I'll give you a loaner, and then I will drive it myself until it does it. And then we will document it with Audi. And I was like, wow, super cool. So I was getting a little impatient. And of course, they're just like, no, this is no big deal. We'll fix it. And then, sure enough, they did. It's awesome.
Yep. Sean McMillan wants to know, how is the knife and axe throwing going?
So it's harder than it looks. It's been very, very hot here. So, well, two things. It's been very hot, and our deck is so rotted that it's like scary to walk across it. So we've not really been using the backyard that much.
Well, we have, but we don't want to invite people over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's set up out there. Everything's cool. I've been practicing on and off. I'm starting to learn it. It's more of a timing and muscle memory thing than anything else. Sort of like throwing darts. If you've ever thrown darts, it's sort of the same but different because it's heavier. But it's basically the same thing where it's all about timing and muscle memory, and you should really be able to almost do it with your eyes closed, you know. But it's harder than it looks to be good at it for sure. It's fun though, super fun.
Dog Doctor Tim said composting is giving back to the dirt. Yep.
We're gonna have jalapenos when we get home. I saw them yesterday.
Hawkman Hawk says wife is really wanting a Grand Highlander in Storm Cloud. That's a cool color name. Is that like a gray? Is that one of those colors? It feels like it should be.
I'm gonna look this up because I don't know what it is.
Oh, Grand Highlander is the fancy one, right?
Oh, you're talking about the car. I was thinking desk chair still.
Oh, I was thinking he's talking about a car.
He is talking about a car.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Oh, yes, definitely.
What is it?
It's that gray. It's that.
Is.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that's cool. I bought in 2018 it was the first year that this color sort of started coming out with Toyota. And I bought a 2018 Tundra in cement, and it was sick. I love that color a lot. So our new car that we just got is what's it called?
Mythos?
Yeah, Mythos Black Metallic. So it's black. But when you look up real close, it's metallic. And then it's got 21-inch like matte black 5-spoke wheels. It is so sick. And there's no chrome anywhere on the car. The whole thing is all black. All the emblems, everything is all black. So it's super cool. And then the interior's tan.
It's been like a undercurrent joke the whole time. Like, when I'm a grandma, I'm going to have all black. And we didn't do it. We had a white car. We were like,
but that's because I always buy these deals.
Yeah.
You know, anyway. I always get these great deals on these things. Yeah. And a lot of times
do what you got to do.
It means, you know, the way I buy cars is every couple of years when we're ready to do it, I'll call my buddy and say, hey, I'm ready whenever you have something in.
Yeah, he knows what.
And he knows what I like, and he knows the deals that I'm looking for, because I care more about like the equity in the car and that, you know, whatever. So there's been a few times where we've driven cars that we didn't really like the color, but everything else about it was great because you got such a good deal on it. And the white S5 was that. I didn't really want a white car, but this time everything came together. All the exact options we wanted, the right colors, everything, it all came together. Because I told her, we'd been joking for probably 5 years that financially I wanted to be to a point where when you had your first grandkid that I could buy you an all black Escalade. That was kind of the joke. Well, then our son and daughter-in-law got pregnant like before I was ready to buy an all black Escalade. And then
we looked at all black Escalades and they slow.
Yeah, we looked at them and they're slow. And I'm like, we can't do that. I can't have a slow. So we're like, wait a minute. An all black Audi Q7 has just as much usable room for us.
Yes.
It's just enough Escalade-y, but still sporty.
Yeah, and who knew you could get an executive package in an Audi?
Yeah, it's got
fancier.
It's got an executive package in the back, so it's got heated seats and 4-zone controls and blah 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 in the back seat. So it's all made to do what we needed to do. Yep. It's awesome.
Cater to whoever's in the back.
Yeah,
that's what it's for.
Yeah, it's right.
We're not even for me. It's fun to blame stuff on your grandchildren.
Well, like I told you today, it's fun to actually buy you a car because a lot of times I'll buy them knowing that you'll like it. But this was like, actually, I mean, I wanted to like it too, but this is like for you and for what you're using. In fact, you're going to drive it more than I do, so which isn't normal. But lately it has been. Like you've been using it for grandbaby duties, and so that's what we're using it for. You know, it's kind of cool, super fun, just different life stage.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure,
super fun.
Evstathio said you would definitely stop making any sense if you start making sense on your lives, especially in off-topic hour. Please don't change and don't turn it into a subscription model.
We won't. We do have that if you want to join Patreon.
Yeah. Matthew Altamir said, if it's too low or loud, you're too old. No.
No, exactly.
It wasn't. Not for us, but practicality, it was too low.
Yep.
Did you get lost?
No, I was going to get a cookie, but...
Why didn't you?
I changed my mind.
That doesn't even make sense. Your lashes look nice.
So how many people... So I think like 85% of the people want you to do a live stream like once a month.
What the heck happened to the 15?
What do you mean?
Why didn't 15 say yes?
What? It was 30 people voted, so more than 15 said yes.
No.
50%. She's like, she wants to have a talk with those 15% of people that said no.
I do. What's your problem with me?
What's your problem?
Some of the people that said they voted no was because they said that was a hard question because they didn't know how we felt about it. So they just said no. Because they didn't know if you wanted to do it.
It's not about me. It's about their opinion. That's the whole question.
Well, apparently they wanted to consider.
They wanted to consider your feelings.
I feel like one side is higher than the other, and you look like you have a slow eye over here. You knew exactly which one.
It always does it. It doesn't matter what I do. It always does it.
So your eye must be different shapes over there. Huh?
We're talking about stick-on eyelashes over here. For those of you that are...
Stick-on?
Whatever.
They're definitely glued on.
Oh, okay.
They're definitely glued.
Anyway.
Hans Moselle said, I'll be down there in 3 weeks. Not looking forward to the heat and humidity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
Good luck.
Dastardly Dave said, my friend's Audi sedan had an electrical gremlin. Just traded it when it had no red lights on the dash.
That's funny.
AJ of the North, not trying to be a jerk, but talking about Toyota colors is like talking about the color of your appliances.
I don't know. They've got
people have colored appliances? I thought they were just all stainless steel now.
I mean, there's...
Hans Moselle said, LOL, she's ready to throw down.
I'm on the roll this week, man. You don't even
know.
This
week especially. She's been on a roll. Yeah.
How good are you at lashes now?
It took me less than 30 minutes to do them.
So not to get too on topic, off topic, but
I have a brand new set. So.
She's been helping me. She's been helping me in the shop. Brianna's been helping me in the shop, and she's going to be helping me in the shop more. So stay tuned. You'll probably see her. We made a video for Patreon, actually.
I was sitting there in my PJs like this.
Shouldn't I?
Yep.
Sitting. I was sitting there.
Cooking
anyway.
Good. All right. Well.
I think we about caught it all up, huh?
We are caught up.
I need to talk to that 15%.
Maybe we'll do that next week or the week after.
Yeah. So what? Next time you're on a live, you can be like, okay, so you voted no. Now you stuck with me.
You get
Tell me why.
dumped with a bottle of drink for you.
Right. The Dylan Talks Stone bottle opener available right there. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. See you tomorrow.
Evstathios, the next live shall be aggressive, eh? Brianna addresses the negative votes.